It's the final group games of the Euros. We've had some crazy games so far, but what do I think is going to happen in each team's final games before we get into the knockout stages? Let's go through them one by one and see what I think. Also, hopefully the setup is okay. I am on holiday, so I'm doing the best that I can. If you enjoy it, still hit a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new for more Euros content. We start off with Scotland, Hungary. I'm going to go with 1-1 in this one. At the start of the tournament, I probably would have gone Hungary to win, but they've been really disappointing. Scotland, in their first game, got battered by Germany, but in their second fixture, did look a lot better. And so I think a draw is probably a fair result right here. Then we have Switzerland, Germany, and the opposite of what I said about Scotland can be said about Germany. They obviously destroyed Scotland in the first game, but then in their second game, it just wasn't clicking, was it, at all? Considering how average Hungary were in their first game, I thought Germany would blitz them like they did to Scotland. But they were really disappointing. Musiala still scored again, 2-2 for him. But Switzerland have been okay in this tournament. Shaqiri just scoring worldies like he does every single tournament that he comes out for. I do think Germany will be too good in this one. Maybe they had a tiny bit of a rest in that second game, and now this one they come out and absolutely smash it. But I don't think they're going to score a ton of goals like the Scotland game, so we're going to go 2-0 Germany win. Next group is the big one. We've got Croatia against Italy as the first of the two games, and Croatia have been really disappointing this tournament, haven't they? Albania against them, I mean, just a little bit jammy, aren't they? But Italy, Spain, Italy were not incredible. They've not really been impressive so far in the tournament, but I think they are better than Croatia. And so, even if it's a close game, I'm going to go with Italy to get the win, 1-0. And the other game in that group is obviously, therefore, Albania against Spain. Spain are already looking like they are going to be a force in this competition. I know that against Italy, they didn't manage to blow them away or anything like that. But against Croatia, they looked very, very good. And so, I think they're going to be too much for Albania, who, despite being better than predicted, I think Spain is still going to be too much for them. So I'm going to go Albania 0 and Spain 2 in this game. Probably going to get a Morata goal plus 3 offside ones. France up against Poland as the first of the two games in that group. Disappointing for them. They just haven't been amazing so far in this tournament. So I feel like Poland are poor. And that is the reason why I can go for a decent scoreline. Mbappe should be back in the fold for this game, obviously after his nose break in the opener game of France's tournament. But 3-0 to France I think is okay, just because Poland just don't look like they have a clue the majority of the time that they're playing. Their midfield just can't control games, whereas France's can. So I think this should be an easy game for them. Finish top of the group and head on through to the next round. Because the other game is the Netherlands versus Austria. Austria have actually been okay, haven't they? Netherlands have been hit and miss. Miss more so than hit, especially when it comes to like Depay, who, especially in their last game, seems to think he's this god-tier player when, no, you're not him, I'm afraid. But Netherlands overall, they do miss Frankie de Jong massively. That would have been a game changer if they had had him this tournament. They could have actually won these first two games because they looked okay defensively. People like Ake doing very, very well. Frankie is just a humongous miss for them though, and their forward line is just, it's not consistent enough. That being said, I think overall as a team, they are going to be too good for Austria. They're going to win 2-0. Oh, it's time for the big group. We got Denmark up against Serbia in the first game. I think Denmark are going to win this one. The teams just haven't been that impressive, really. And so I feel like Denmark will probably just edge this one out. It's a really tough one to call, though. But I'll go 2-0 Denmark. England against Slovenia. I have to predict a win because we should be beating them. But Slovenia in their last game were actually really, really good. They were so hard done by that that game ended in a draw. Just really, really unfortunate. So they're going to be a threat against us. I know that defensively we've actually been okay, right? We've conceded a goal from 30 yards. That's the only goal that's gone in. But teams are creating chances against us. They're maybe not the most clear cut, but if you give players enough chances to score, they're going to take one eventually. So I think it's going to be standard England. We're going to go 1-0 up, probably within the first 25 minutes, and sit on that lead. Hopefully hold on for a win this time, unlike against Denmark. It's going to be boring, but I'll go for 1-0 England. That's sad that is genuinely my prediction. Ukraine v Belgium. Two teams that, flattered to deceive, really. I know Belgium did get their win, and 2-0 against a Romania side that basically slaughtered Ukraine. So does that therefore mean that Belgium will demolish Ukraine because they beat the team that beat them? Sadly, that's not how football works. But surely, right? Surely they have enough to beat Ukraine. You would assume so. So I will be putting Belgium going through here and getting those 3 points against Ukraine 1-0. Which means we have Slovakia v Romania. Really hard one to call, isn't it? Because of just how these teams have played. I feel like more people will be going for Romania rather than Slovakia. I mean, you can see the popular predictions here on the Euros website are 1-1 and 0-0. And then I don't know if that actually means that Slovakia 1-0 is the third most popular with 12%. People don't know what to go for. So I like to pick winners rather than draws the majority of the time. It's more interesting. So I'll go with Slovakia to just about edge this one. In the penultimate game, we have got Czech Republic or Czechia up against Turkey. And I'm going to edge it to Czech Republic. Is that partially because of the massive mistake against Portugal for the Turkish defence? Maybe. I don't think they're going to do that again. But you never know. They clearly have a bit of a mistake in them at the back. So I'll just give it to the Czechs in this one. I think it's another game that isn't as easy to call as I would like because it makes me look stupid when the results are completely different. And then the final game will be Georgia against Portugal. Portugal getting that big result against Turkey. They are just going to do the business, I think. Georgia have actually been really, really entertaining though. So I'm actually very tempted to change it to 1-3. I might do before the game happens, but for this video, we will say that Portugal win this one 3-0. So those are my predictions for the final games in the group of Euro 2024. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments, and hopefully we'll have some more videos coming out for you soon. Again, I apologise for the slightly janky setup, but hopefully everything looks and sounds okay enough for you to enjoy the video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.